Hey everybody, I have something very personal but very exciting to share with you today. I've officially joined Rekindled. Now, for the past 4 to 5 years, I've been having a ball working independently by myself and basically being an animation director, a consultant, helping studios out there with all the knowledge that I gathered over the years to basically make their animations better in their games. Doesn't matter if it's a AAA game, like recently we just released Dune Awakening, that has been received incredibly well, and I helped them to build a better pipeline, a better team, more quality, all these other things. We had a ball, super proud of the team, but also indie games that are up and coming, Web3 games, and I had the pleasure to work with studios around the world, and it's been a lot of fun. Now, the one thing that is common in pretty much every single studio is that once I start and we start kind of breaking down exactly what the game needs and what are the flaws and the things that we can improve, is that we realize that we need more people and that animation is more complex than anticipated, and also we need a lot more talent as well coming through. And I've been trying to help studios as much as I possibly could over the years with this conundrum. However, I was doing it alone, and as a result, there's only so much I could do. And this is exactly why I'm so excited to be joining Rekindle, because one person can only do so much, but a group of people can do quite a lot. So let's talk about Rekindle in this video, why I'm so excited and why you should also be excited for this development. Fingers crossed, and I hope you join me in this endeavor. More on that later. Let's get to it. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Harvey, and I'm gonna go straight into it because I'm super excited to tell you more about this. For the past few years, as I've been working on this journey of being independent and working for myself after working for so many years in AAA games in different studios, I realized that as I was working by myself in these jobs, I always felt like, what if I could do this with others? What if I could actually help more people? So things have been simmering for a while, for quite a few years, 2 or 3 years now, since the industry has been basically going through troubles in the games industry. I've been thinking about this idea of what if I didn't do this alone? What if I could do this with others? And the reason why this idea started popping up is because I can see that people are losing their jobs. I can see that people are struggling to find jobs. And I've been through the rat race of trying to kind of compete with others to find jobs, and it's really hard, especially if you don't have a social media presence. It's incredibly hard. So Proxima, my game studio, helped a little bit because I could actually get some people in, like 2 or 3 people that I could help out maybe, but that's only so much I can do because we are an indie developer. Right now we are in a little bit of a planning phase, so there's not a lot of work, so it's not really consistent in a way. And when I was doing these jobs, I managed to actually get jobs to a few people out there that join me in some of these consulting or animation direction jobs, which is great, right? But once again, those studios normally need 1, 2, 3, 4 people, not much more than that. It's only a few people that you need, that's it. But there's a sense of frustration for me because I want to help as many people as possible, because I know there's work out there. I know that there's studios looking for the knowledge that we have, but there's not a lot of people that know how to look for that knowledge or how to look for that work, and it becomes problematic. So I didn't really want to start a third company because Animworks and Proxima are already taking a lot of my time. And I'm going to explain to you just roughly, more or less, how things kind of work in my world from a top-down view, so you understand how I break down my work. A lot of people ask me, how do I do this and how can I actually do so many things? I hope this clarifies things, and I hope it shows where Rekindle kind of slots in, because it kind of helps me as well. So I'm helping them and they're helping me, and it works out beautifully. Here's the top view of how things break down when it comes to the companies and the things that I do. Normally you have Animworks. Animworks is basically the cap, this cap that I have Proxima today for a change, but is this cap here. The logo is normally for Animworks, it's for Harvey Newman, it's for Newman, but it's for Animworks, and this is where things kind of started. So when I finished working in AAA and I basically decided to go at it by myself, I kind of founded Animworks and then basically became a company that I was working for, and I was doing animation direction in the beginning. So through Animorphs, the first step that I did or started doing, it was animation direction because that's what I knew how to do in games. So I started doing animation direction, and a lot of these things that I just mentioned before, working with different game studios, are here in the animation direction, which I'm still doing right now. Now, consulting started because I realized that some studios didn't really want me to work for them, but they wanted the knowledge so they could actually then go ahead and do the work for themselves. And this is where consulting comes through. And at the moment, I'm working with a studio called Devoted. And Devoted, I'm doing consulting for them, which means that I'm helping them with the animation side of things, the direction, where to go to. If they need any help in a small project here and there, I can help them. And this is kind of how we're working. Now, YouTube is another thing that I actually added on Animorphs, mainly because I didn't want to create another company. And this is where you see these kind of content. And also you see the sponsors as well sometimes, and more things come out of YouTube, but I didn't want to bore you with that. And then the last thing that I added as of last year, it was the training. So I have a course out there called Motion Capture for Games, but I also have one-on-one training that actually precedes that. And that's basically where this is. Now, that's basically Animorphs in a nutshell. I don't do it alone. My wife helps me with that. We have a team of people. I have an editor as well. Shout out to Connor. He's editing this. Basically, we do this together, right? Most of my time is spent basically between animation direction and YouTube. That's basically where I spend most of my time. Now, Proxima is Warship Jolly Roger. Hopefully you guys know about it. If you don't know, go and check it out on Steam. Google it. We have a teaser trailer out right now. People are loving the teaser trailer. We are working behind the scenes really hard, but it's hopefully going to be the game that is going to basically, I'm going to hopefully focus all my energy at some point in the future because I love this thing. I love the team and it's amazing. So that's what I'm doing. There's nothing else to it. Proxima, we are making a game. Boom, that's it. And then Rekindled. Rekindled, I'm going to tell you more about Rekindled. Just keep this in mind. I want to basically, over time, not just yet, because it's still overlapping a little bit, but over time, I want to move this animation direction to be through Rekindle. And this goes back to that idea of me not doing it by myself and doing it with others. And when studios ask me, do you have an animator that can do these things? Do you have a lead animator that can help us with these things? Do you have a tech animator that can help us with those things? I now can say, yes, we actually have people that can help you with this. And also I'm going to be a studio advisor for Rekindle because all this knowledge that I've gathered, obviously about game making, how things are set up, what studios are missing, can come in clutch for a studio like Rekindle. So I'm coming in and basically, even though Rob, Siobhan are the co-founders, I'm coming in basically as a leader over there, as like, part of the leadership team, I should say, and basically help them to kind of uplift the studio and make it, hopefully, this is what we want, make it the coolest animation studio in the world. And this is basically where we're heading right now with Rekindle. So this is the top view. Now, how did I actually get to know Rekindle? It's a good question. So I started working with Rekindle because I was working in this game called Nyan Heroes. Unfortunately, the game shut down about 2 or 3 months ago, which is very unfortunate. But it was a really fun project to work on. And I worked with them for about a year or so. And I was doing the animation direction with them here, and a little bit of consulting as well, because they wanted to basically make their animations better and more AAA. So Rekindle came in to work with us at Nyan, basically on that animation polish side of things. So I met Rob, which is one of the 2 co-founders of the company, and we hit it off straight away. And I love the work that him and Will is one of the most talented animators that I've met in my career, naturally talented animators. So we met, we talked, I spoke with Rob about it. I asked him more about the company. Great vision, great ideas. He told me more about, the competition and other things. And it piqued my interest. And I thought maybe this idea that I had has been brewing in my head for years of not working alone. Maybe this is the perfect time for me to basically join a studio. So Rekindle came in absolutely amazing. And the more I spoke with Rob, the more we hit it off and the more things aligned. And I do think that this is going to be an amazing collaboration because between the knowledge that I have over years, the ambition that they have internally in the studio, the level of quality they have, and also how they treat people, they genuinely genuinely treat people incredibly well. They want the best. They are honest in their work. I think it's going to be great. Now, so enough about me, and let's have a chat with the team so you find out how Rekindled came about and meet some of the faces behind the scenes.
Yeah, maybe you can start this by you guys introducing yourselves, talking a little bit about what you've done, and then we can go into Rekindle and how you guys got together in a little bit. So maybe we can start with Rob. That's okay?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Rob. I'm lead animator and co-founder of Rekindled. I have around 15 years experience in the industry. Dabbled around in indie projects and indie games before, and then up to AA and AAA. And that's kind of me in a nutshell. I'm going to pass over to Siobhan, the other co-founder, if you want.
Yeah. So I have a little less experience than Rob. I've probably been, I think, about a decade now in the industry. But yeah, I kind of joined Rob about the same time at the same company, and then we've kind of been bouncing through the same studios ever since. But yeah, tech anim, that's me. Yogi?
And I guess that's me, yeah. So for myself, I've been in the industry for just over 10 years as well, probably similar to Rob. Started off in indie, in small studios as a 3D generalist, then ended up joining a studio with Rob and Siobhan, where as a character artist, worked there for a number of years together with them until I ended up going into AA and AAA, and then did a big circle around the industry, back around to Rekindled, where we're all working again.
So that, like, I remember you guys, you, Siobhan and Rob, I saw a picture online, I think it was on Instagram, saying first time working together in Rekindled and stuff. How was that trip of going from that cushy job, getting paid every month, to then all of a sudden handing in your resignation, and now you're working somewhere with no stability, and you're kind of hoping that people want to work with you? How was that jump for you guys?
It was terrifying, but exciting at the same time, yeah. I think that picture as well that you'll talk about, that was our very first business meeting where we were incredibly naive. And I think we just talked to our first client, and we'd gone to the local Tesco cafe nearby, and we put loads of like marshmallow. I think Siobhan got a hot chocolate, and we got these marshmallows and put them out on the table, and then tried to say, okay, this is me, this is you, this is Yogi, and we're going to try and do this and try to like make a plan out of it. But yeah, it was scary. Like I remember on one of the last days I had at the studio before I started Rekindled, someone came up to me and they said, wow, man, like you're so brave. Like I'd never do what you're doing. It wasn't until that point, it kind of thought in my head, like, wow, this is quite a big step. And this is quite a bit. And I also felt guilty for dragging Siobhan at that point, but you were on your way, and yeah, you were like with confidence and stuff to kind of join me. So, but yeah.
The first day was definitely terrifying. I remember when we logged on for the first day and we just like looked at each other through Discord and went, so
wow, this is it.
What now? But I think luckily we had already built up a relationship with our first client, like they're kind of friends. So we at least had some dev work, which is very familiar to just get stuck into. And then we could gradually figure out like the heck is business. So yeah. I think that was good.
There was a lot of things we had to learn very fast as well, like taxes and accountants and stuff like that. That we had the dev side down, and we knew about all like the production and how to actually deliver the work. But it's all like the registering the company and like the legal side of things that we just were. It was like a extremely steep learning curve right at the very start, but worth it once you figure it out.
What are like some of the ideas that you guys had when it comes to building it like a company? Like what was the goal as Rekindle that you guys have? Is it about the people? Is it about the work? About the money? Like what was the staples that you guys have, like the soul of the company that you guys see going forward?
We wanted a place where people can work on projects that they enjoy, because you get the best results from being passionate about something. I think once that spark kind of goes, you become a bit of a drone, I guess. So we wanted to have the ability to kind of pick the projects we work on and be like 100% into our work to be able to deliver it. And also the way a lot of outsource happened in the past, especially Yogi can talk about his experience with outsource. the teams weren't very integrated. You'd have like a spokesperson that was normally join and they would talk for the rest of the team. Whereas we think that the strength that we have is everyone on our team is client facing as well. They have something about them. They're the S tier players, I think. And they'll happily talk to clients and get involved in projects. And it makes everything so much more efficient, and you can just tackle the problem straight away by talking directly to the source. And we all really enjoy that way of working as well. So it's been kind of like hand in hand, like meeting different clients and working like that. But yeah.
That's actually a good segue to talk about what kind of services do we actually offer for anybody kind of listening in, because there's quite a few and we keep expanding. So maybe you can talk about that.
To be honest, I'll give you a moment. Like I think the way I would put it, if you would put it in one kind of sentence, is we do everything that covers characters and creatures. So that is from the inception of like getting a model out there and discovering what that is, all the way to figuring out exactly how this thing is going to move and the systems it needs in terms of like dynamics, physics, cloth, hair, all the way to shaders, and then the animation shebang, which is literally let us animate and breathe life into this thing. That's whether that's first person, third person, combat, dialogue, everything essentially.
And for anybody that is thinking about joining Rekindle, right? Now that we have a new website, we have like this like join us tab and stuff like that. What do you think they can actually get from Rekindle? Especially all those that maybe are thinking about making the jump from maybe a full-time job to maybe doing what we do now.
So in terms of what they'll get, the big thing was, as I mentioned before, was the community of artists and animators. That's something that a lot of studios don't tend to have out there. And if you do find one as well, that is a gold dust. So try and seize that opportunity that's out there. But essentially at Rekindled, coming on, you'll be in an environment that can essentially give you the opportunity to elevate your skill set. As we mentioned, people wear different hats at the studio, and for us, we don't like to pigeonhole a specific artist or animator onto a task that they can 100% do. It's almost like the 80-20 rule of like, can they 80% of the job, can they kind of do that? And the 20% is like learning. And for us, we can even skew those figures a little bit better because we can lean on one another. So we can actually bring people onto projects where they might not know the entire full skill set. There might be a little bits of gaps in their knowledge here and there, but they've got the opportunity and all the resources to be able to rapidly increase their learning and create high output for a client. And it's one of those things where games in itself is it's an industry that is ever evolving. So no real studio has like the blueprint for exactly how you make a game. And so with us having that adaptability already baked in just makes you way more skilled.
So for any company out there as well that is looking at this, right? When it comes to like, you know, the work that we do and all these other things, any messages for them about how to join us, how to get in touch with us? Like how do we work when it comes to new clients, new projects, excitement, all that stuff?
We have it's on a website. You can contact us through that way. But what we like to do is have a few meetups, like so online or in person, and just kind of get to know the clients first before we really like understand their situation, because there's no point in us trying to sell a service that you don't need, and it's best to kind of understand their project too, so that the way we like to work is to be an extension of your team. So in order to do that, we have to be like fully integrated, and that's the way we give the best results. And we'd never want to like overpromise something which we can't deliver on, because then they get mad and obviously we don't fulfill what we said we do. So I think first we just like to have lots of communication, lots of chats, and form a good relationship and friendship. And then we can start talking about like working together, especially if it's a bigger project. It just requires that like initial thought and process beforehand, in my opinion anyway.
And I think we're happy to advise if we think we're not quite the right fit as well. We've had a couple of instances where we're like, I don't think we're the right people for your project or what you're asking, but actually we know someone who's more qualified or definitely fits into the block you're trying to sort out. So yeah, we're happy to not promise too much, and
Yeah.
just advise, really.
Keep it real, as you should be. It's amazing. And we're going to be in Develop later this year, and also Gamescom as well, talking with a bunch of different people. So like, if you're a medium person, we'll be there. And like, feel free to bring your business to us. We're happy to actually talk to you guys and find out if we're the right fit. But yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. We have a brand new website if you want to find out more about us. If you are a company looking for high quality animation, tech animation, and this includes rigging, but also logic, meaning animation, logic in engine and graphs and all that stuff, implementation. And also you're looking for art, like, models, implementation, all that stuff. Definitely get in touch. We have a bunch of people working behind the scenes. We know a lot of people in the industry, and we can absolutely help you in getting your game and your animations to be on a really top level. And this goes for small indie studios and also AAA studios. Like, anybody on that range can actually use our services. Don't be intimidated if you look at the website and you think like, wow, these guys must be like genuinely. Get in touch, talk to us, and then tell us what you need, what you want, and then we can basically talk back to you guys and basically say yes, no, maybe this, maybe that. And we are flexible that way, so don't be intimidated. And second, if you are actually interested in joining us, if you're an animator right now, looking for work, wanting to change work, wanting to join a cool team with lots of potential, definitely on the top right of the website, you will find a tab called Join Us. Click that, and you will go through a sequence of questions that will ask you about you, your experience, submitting your showreel, and submitting your social links, and much, much more, that hopefully, if you apply and enough people apply, we can basically start pinging people as we need you to actually join us on exciting new projects. And that's basically the bit that I'm looking forward the most, to actually getting to work with all of you. Because one of the comments that I get the most is like, I would love to work with you because you guys have been following the channel for a while and I will want to work with you guys. But now finally we have an opportunity to hopefully connect and work together. So definitely hit up the Join Us. Give us your details in terms of what you do, what you've done, all that stuff, and we can hopefully work together soon. And that basically makes up the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a link down below. If you have any questions about Rekindle, if you actually kind of like hit any blockers, or if you'd like to know more about the company, happy to answer those. And until the next video, stay well, stay safe. Peace.
If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, go ahead and hit the like button. If you super enjoyed it, leave a super thanks. It's like leaving a little tip and it directly supports the channel. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can continue to see my videos and get your weekly dose of betterness.